you are conditioned to believe that your worth is tied to your achievements and that you must constantly fight against life's currents in order to carve out your path. However, in this never-ending struggle, you forget the inherent magic that lies in surrendering to the flow of the universe. The greatest power is frequently found in the gentlest touch, the effortless flow, and the art of not forcing. You work hard and are relentless in your pursuit of success, but you frequently find yourself caught in a vicious cycle of pushing, striving, and forcing outcomes. As said by Lao Tzu, the Taoist philosophy, specifically the Tao Te Ching, is the source of the philosophy of Wu Wei, or acting without force. It teaches that one should act in harmony with the Tao, or the natural order of the universe, which means that rather than trying to control outcomes or force things to happen, you should allow things to unfold naturally and follow the path of least resistance. Of course, Wu Wei does not have a fixed path. Wuwei is an art of letting up of control and flowing with the flow. Some interpret the Wu method as non-activity or doing nothing, some as actionless action, and yet others as easy action. According to Lao Tzu, using force always results in unintended consequences. In fact, when Lao Tzu speaks of force, he primarily refers to the act of imposing one's will and interfering with nature's inherent flow, which nature follows while continuously functioning in the background, and serving Lao Tzu stresses that we should align ourselves with this natural flow instead of trying to forcefully control or manipulate it, because it is the foundation of our human existence and a force that perpetually creates and recreates, encompassing all aspects of life. However, despite this wisdom, there is a prevailing emphasis on conscious human effort. Above all, we have a tendency to honor effort regardless of its real efficacy. Frequently, in our pursuit of busyness for its own purpose, we find ourselves hauling boulders up slopes. While exerting effort only for the purpose of exerting it is vital, it is also vital to exert intellectual effort. While perseverance and action are often required, there are other instances in which they are not. It is contingent upon the course of events. We frequently think that we can get our desired outcomes if we work hard and are determined enough. But the truth is that there are a lot of things that are beyond of our control. Unforeseen circumstances, other people's decisions, and life's inherent unpredictability everyone has a part to play, but we are powerless over things like the stock market, other people's ideas and deeds, and the weather. When you insist on pushing results, you often find yourself in a never-ending loop of frustration, worry, and tiredness. The Wu Wei is about knowing when to act and when to let go. When you force things, you waste your valuable time and energy on overanalyzing, feeling sorry for ourselves, or blaming others. Instead, when you move with the flow of life, you avoid being lazy or passive and instead become in tune with its natural rhythms. You may accomplish your goals with ease and grace. Fairly than defying nature, rowing, according to Alan Watts, is a fairly careless method of moving a boat over the sea. A river flowing down a mountain creates a beautiful and harmonious landscape by finding the path of least resistance and flowing around rocks and boulders. You can learn a lot from the river about the power of Wu Wei in your own life. Sailing requires you to flow through nature effortlessly. In judo, it's important to understand that the use of muscle is strategic and precise. You don't exert force randomly or unnecessarily. Instead, you wait for the perfect moment when your opponent is off. You may have noticed that when you try to force things, it often leads to chaos and stress. But when you let go and allow things to unfold naturally, you can achieve your goals with ease and grace. The key is to use muscle only when it's most advantageous and never at the wrong moment. This approach ensures efficiency and maximizes the effectiveness of your movements in judo. When you take action, aim for the principle of least possible action, which means using the least amount of energy and time needed to accomplish your goals. When you balance and are vulnerable at that moment, you add a little muscle to your technique, allowing you to execute a successful throw and overpower your opponent. It's not a question of laziness, or consider the following scenario. You have an important interview that is due tomorrow. Let's take a step back and apply the Wu Wei principles to this situation. Rather than trying to force yourself to perform exceptionally well, take a moment to relax and let go of the pressure. Remember that you have no control over the questions to be asked or the outcome. Remind yourself of your qualifications. By being efficient and effective, you can increase your chances of success while reducing unnecessary stress. Abilities and backgrounds. Rather than trying to impress the interviewer with force, focus on being genuine and present. Listen intently to their questions and respond with clarity and confidence. Trust in your abilities and the preparation you have done before the interview. As you enter, let the interview flow and let your answers come naturally from your knowledge and experiences. The interview may be well planned, interesting, and imaginative, and you can feel certain and pleased of your work and feel that you gave it your all. Or even if something doesn't go as planned and you feel like a failure, keep in mind that letting go and flowing can frequently result in even better outcomes. The key is to trust the process, relax, and let things happen organically. This way, you can move forward without feeling as though you're pushing too hard, and it also helps you have a more positive attitude, which makes you feel more increased output and effectiveness. Therefore, we find comfort in yielding, my friend, in the skill of not forcing. We discover how to let go of our connection to particular results and instead concentrate on the here and now. When we submit, we learn that our wants are really the soul's whispers, pointing us in the direction of our greatest potential. By letting go of our desire to be in charge of everything in our lives, we allow the cosmos to work its magic and expose ourselves to countless possibilities. Thank you so much for your time, and I really hope you have an amazing day abroad. If you are still here, I would greatly appreciate it if you could support me by sharing and leaving a remark.